Hi, Nevaeh here. I have a channeling that I wrote down before I made the video, and I wanted to share that with you. Your soul is entering a new timeline from about the end of July forward, and we have true north. The node enters Aquarius, and a south node enters Leo. It begins a new multidimensional cycle of purpose and self-discovery, emotional liberation, and relationships that reveal where the past ends and the future self begins. So it's a self-reflective transformation. Your consciousness begins asking a person to release old identities, attachment patterns that we have, old ways of relating, and the ego rarely surrenders quietly and easily when we do this. We are creatures of habit, and the way your brain's wired tends to function more efficiently than building a new pattern. That's why it often takes 3 weeks to a month, sometimes 3 months to build a new pattern. And whether that's the way we relate with people, maybe some excuses we make for our own behaviors, or even things like meditation, our eating patterns, and exercise all fall under that category. This soul struggles to navigate the unknown. So that's why it's so difficult. It's your nervous system gets thrown off. You become more anxious and dysregulated and struggle when you're going through that transition. We often want to preserve what felt familiar because typically it's easier. Interpret that. Often we interpret it as rejection from others or rejecting ourselves. And as you transition from one identity to the next, you're evolving and you start to see your patterns that were unconscious become more conscious, and they kind of rise one last time for that opportunity to recognize it. Worry of someone leaving you could be an example, or are you being who you really want to be in life? And is there an overextension of yourself to try to chase or fix someone else or become smaller to make other people more comfortable? Authentic love can't be sustained under those dysregulated patterns, and it can't be sustained through abandoning yourself. It can only be sustained through a connection where there is not self-abandonment. Creating nervous system dysregulation and lack of your inner own equilibrium has already moved away and distanced you from true divine order. Divine order is when you're feeling regulated and at peace. You want to resonate rather than force. Root yourself as all around you is uncertain. So despite that uncertainty, you resonate with yourself and root yourself in that calmer nervous system regulation. True peace and magnetism is created through constant alignment with the version of yourself that already knows your worth. And you have a lot of worth, and you have a lot of love to give yourself and a lot of love to give others.